comment from someone. I'd like to, instead of writing a book about it, just do a video about it. And still trying to learn how to use it. What do you use to test silver, and what's the best way? Well, Mr. Boyd, I truly appreciate your feedback. I'm glad you are getting some benefit from my posting and testing. And for starters, back when I was most successful at this, I didn't even own a stone. You know, I just had a bottle of nitric and a file in my brain, and that's really all I needed. And you know, I would probably encourage others to go about it in that way. But you know, I've got everything you could want to test anything these days. But so testing silver, you probably want to have a coarser stone, and this is one of my coarse stones. And I've got some silver here that I need to test anyhow, so let's get on with it. Now I use the 18 karat acid method like a lot of other people do. Almost always difficult to get enough material on your stone to get a really conclusive result. And the reason that is because you really should take a file and file off any possible plating on your silver item before you start using your stone, and that takes a lot of time, and I'm lazy, don't have the time, and that's why I rarely ever do it. I try to use a coarser stone and get enough material on there, which, like I say, hardly ever happens, and then it leaves it to a little bit of knowledge and guesswork to figure out what it is I'm looking at. And there are some items out there that have a very thick coating, but instincts are basically where it's at. And we'll get to some gold testing here in a minute, and we'll find that the instincts are always your best indicator. Can't see it on the screen there, but I'm laying my items out in the method scratched. And Mr. Boyd, if you're having a hard time using or learning to use your stone, it's probably because you're not testing enough items at once. So instead of testing one item, test 4, and you should probably use a control subject. This would be my control subject on this lot, which is a old sterling spoon that I have absolutely no doubts about. The worst thing about using your 18 karat acid is, for the most part, you can't just wipe your stone off and go on. You pretty much have to wash your stone off and do a good job of it. Now this is a pretty good example of an item that really I should file the surface off of here and get a true under metal scratch, but I'm not going to do that because I want to show you how the 18 karat method can sometimes be a little confusing or inconclusive or based on experience. experience. So we've got our 5 scratchings there, and one of these items is I'm pretty sure is bad. But as you can see, I lay that down on there and it takes out pretty much everything. But as time goes on, you start to see some silver show up. So this is our control item, and you can see that we're getting a blue buildup here, blue, white test result. And so it's showing that my test item, my control piece, is the strongest in the lot. The little bracelet beside it is also looking good. My other item here is looking good. The item unmarked and very much in question is really also looking good, which I'm kind of shocked by that. The item down here on the end that is questionable also is looking pretty good. So I'm going to have to say all these items are good, but I'm still concerned about this one piece. So I'll take a file, not my normal file, but that will do, and I'll get a little notch going on that piece. And I'll take my 14 karat acid, which is pretty much the acid that I use for most things, and I'll put some down in that groove. Now, if this item is bad, it should just turn green in most cases. You might see other reactions that you should be concerned about, but that's too far away from me to see, so I'm going to take a closer look at that. Make sure we got some acid down in the groove. So I'd like to tell you that there's a perfect silver test, but there's really not. All these items are good, and I regret that because I wanted to show you the reaction of a bad, but basically you're not going to have any of this white here on the outside of these lines. And if you're in question about that, and many times we are, you just need to file the piece and then hit it with acid. I would recommend a 14 karat. Your 18 karat on a direct apply is a little too strong, quite a bit too strong, and your 10 karat acid is quite a bit too weak, and your 14 karat is just about right. I think 14 karat would be the closest match to the old nitric we used to use back in the day. But all these items are good. When you run across a bad item, it normally just kind of slaps you in the face. There isn't a whole lot of guesswork. I mean, you could take one of these pieces for further confirmation and just kind of pay attention to how it reacts, how it bends.